everyone, thanks for watching. In this video I'm going to be talking about this new foundation that I found. It's called Bairly Sheer Airbrush Cosmetics. I found this at Target or Target for all my fancies out there. And there was a new section of makeup in their makeup department for this spray-on cosmetics, and I was really interested in the foundation. They also had spray-on blush, bronzers, and also spray-on cosmetics for your body, but I only picked up the foundation. It says here breathable, buildable, blendable, and it's 1 ounce, and I believe the cost was, I think, $12.99, but I'll go ahead and leave a link down below in the description box where you could find this product. It says here how to apply, gives you the directions right here, and it says shake can for 5 seconds to activate, then hold can 6 to 8 inches away from your face, spray in light pulses onto face or apply using a blender or sponge, and then even out any overspray or unevenness using a blender or a sponge. I have my Real Techniques blending sponge, and then I also have a brush. This is a flat top kabuki brush. I don't know what's going to work better. I'm going to use both. It also says hypoallergenic, alcohol-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free, and water-based. That was another reason why I wanted to try this, because I don't really want to spray anything near me, near my daughter, or anything, especially because I'm pregnant right now, that's going to be toxic. So here we go. Okay, I do see some color coming out. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I'm holding my breath just so I don't get it inside my mouth. Okay, let's see. It's coming out of the can because I can see the color coming out, but it's so sheer that I don't really know where it is, but it doesn't really have like a lot of coverage. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spray a bunch on my hand and see if I can dab it onto my skin. Okay, there we go. There's the color right there. I'm going to go ahead and use my sponge. It melts right into the skin really fast. On camera, it looks pretty good, but in my mirror, it looks a little bit too dark for me. Let me go ahead and try and spraying it again on my skin so you can see. There we go. And I had a little sunspot there, so it did a really good job of covering that up. I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit more. I'm gonna try that again. I have some more sunspots here that I'm going to see if I can cover up. Did a pretty good job of that. Okay, let's do this side. There we go. Some sunspots on this side. So I sprayed it on these sunspots that I had here, but as soon as I use my sponge, it kind of picks up the product, so the coverage kind of goes away. One more time on my forehead so you can see. I'm going to go ahead and use my my brush now. It's like it says, it's a sheer coverage, but it does even out my skin tone a bit. It feels pretty nice. It doesn't look cakey, but you can definitely see like the areas where you have to really blend it out more. You can kind of see it sitting on top of your skin if you don't do a good job of pressing it in or buffing it into your skin. And on the areas where I have some sunspots, where I kind of focused the foundation and sprayed it on there, it did a really good job of covering it up. But once I blended it out with the sponge, it kind of picked up the product. So I'm going to go ahead and try and cover these areas again. Okay, so I am going to let that sit for a little bit and see if I can blend it out a little bit more once it kind of dries, and then same thing over here. So it did a really good job of covering up my sunspots. Again, I'll go ahead and let that dry. And then I have a scar here from my childhood. I'm gonna see if I can cover that up, but it's right by my nostril, so I kind of want to have something to block it. Okay, looks a little crazy. I'm just gonna use my fingers. So here, when I sprayed it on my sunspot, it dried pretty nicely. It's so sheer that you can't see the foundation, like where it starts and stops, even though I sprayed a really significant amount on my sunspot. It just covered it up and I didn't have to blend it out. It actually looks really nice. This side is still drying, but it did a really good job of covering up my sunspot. I think this, because the scar is like kind of in my skin, it's going to be a little bit harder to conceal with this foundation because it's so sheer, but it did a pretty good job of evening out the discoloration. But I'm really impressed with how it covered up my sunspots here. Okay, and I have a little scar here from so long ago. Let's see if I can cover that. Okay, pretty nice. It's gone. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can cover these up too. So far, pretty impressed. If you wanted just a light coverage, just spray it all over your face and blend it out. But if you wanted to conceal some scars or sunspots or just, you know, a little discoloration here and there, just focus the foundation on that area and spray it, and then once it is concealed, I wouldn't touch it, I would just let it dry, and it does a really good job of hiding those flaws that I have. I have a Temp 2 airbrush machine that I absolutely love. I used it a lot when I was doing my NFL cheerleading days, because in the sun that makeup set so well and it wouldn't budge in the heat after dancing and sweating. It was pretty amazing. So I haven't used much of it since then, but you know, those can run expensive. But if you're looking for an airbrush finish, this is pretty nice. I don't know. So now that I have all of my makeup done, I am going to check in with you guys later on tonight. My husband and I are going to dinner with some friends, and so we will see how this foundation holds up. Okay, so I am back, but I have a confession. I am not filming this as an update the same night that I filmed the previous footage. My husband and I did go to dinner. We were just having so much fun, so by the time we got home it was already 10:30. Needless to say, I was ready for bed. I took a shower and went right to sleep, and I felt guilty about not being able to film an update. But what I did today was I redid my makeup using the same exact foundation, and I can give you a full, honest review about the foundation, how well it wore last night, and then reapplying it today, and how I feel about it throughout the day today. So after last night's dinner, we came home and I just took a glance at my makeup. Everything looked exactly the same from when I initially put it on in the afternoon. The foundation didn't change at all. It didn't oxidize. It didn't come off. It didn't look cakey. It looked pretty damn good. The spots where I concentrated the foundation and covered some sunspots and everything, those stayed covered all night. If you're looking for more of like a dewy finish, this probably isn't going to give you that. It's more of like an airbrush finish, obviously, but it's going to be more of like a matte finish, because the airbrush finish looks more matte to me versus dewy. So this morning when I put my foundation on with the Spray On Foundation by Bairly Sheer, I ended up just using my flat top kabuki brush. I did not use a sponge. I did not like the way the sponge kind of picked up a lot of the foundation, so I wasn't able to blend it out. And plus it was just picking up so much foundation that on the areas where I wanted a little bit more coverage, it would just soak it right up into the sponge, and then I have to spray more. So what I did was I just used my flat top kabuki brush. I sprayed it around my face, and then I took my brush and then just did kind of like buffing circles around my cheeks and my forehead and everything, and it looked really, really nice. And then again on the areas where I had my sunspots, like right here and over here on my cheek, I just sprayed a little bit of the foundation and I didn't touch it at all. And as you can see, you can't really see where the foundation starts and stops. It just blends in nicely and covers those areas. The price point at Target was $12.99. I think that might be a little bit steep. I think if it was like the full can was maybe this size and then the cap was up here, I think that would be nice. Or maybe like even as low as like maybe $8.99 would be a good price point for this, I'm thinking. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys see this at your local Target or any other stores and you're interested in buying it, let me know if you have any questions down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys next time. Bye.